Good morning, what's going on, fam? We got some news that just hit the fan. We gonna talk about it. This your main man, KCL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. About to get on these highways and byways. We got our little sheet of ice out here, y'all. So bear with me, because I'm not gonna be driving as fast. I'm gonna be just driving very slow, just to be on the safe side and everything. But let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw. What did I think about Raw? Outside of the very first segment, so Seth Rollins, he acknowledged it. Yes, he said he has a grade 2 torn MCL and a partial torn meniscus. He acknowledged it. And he was in tears, and fans was like, man, we already know, bro. He went down the whole deal about everything that he's dealing with, and everybody said that, there's a possibility that he could miss WrestleMania if he go ahead and get surgery, because surgery will put him out to 3 to 4 months. But he said he gonna do everything in his power to rehab so he can be back for WrestleMania. That's what he said. But he said, in other words, he ain't relinquishing nothing. Now, a lot of people was thinking, okay, maybe this is probably what we have Damian Priest cash in. Nope, that's not what happened. The man who came out was Mr. Gunther. Gunther and his boys came out there. He got in there. He said, it's sad that you're gonna be out, but just to let you know right now, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. And the guy that you're going to be facing at WrestleMania is me. And he said, look, man, if you want to get your goons on me, fine. I'm vulnerable. I ain't got nothing. I ain't going nowhere. But they, the script. Everybody got to shake each other's hand. You know how that game works. Got to let you know. So let me tell you something. The one thing I give H props on, this man basically got several different clowns that can easily walk out of the Royal Rumble. Easy for the men's side, and he got separate. It's funny, he got separate for the women. So one thing I give him props, he's done a good job of getting cats. He's done a good job of getting cats, to speculate on which one of these fools gonna walk out, regardless of the men and the women. If you get my drift, so that's one positive I give Triple H on that. Then right after that segment, you had Kofi and Woods come out of nowhere beating up Vinci and Ludwig. I mean, they was beating the brakes off. I said, dang, they tearing each other up. I mean, man, it was pandemonium. I said, this fool's going at it. I said, shoot, like this a blood feud right here. I know they wrestled each other like they in there every week, but I mean, shoot, this man, I was like, look, they going at it, y'all. These fools was going at it. This stuff went all the way back into the back. I mean, these fools just about to, it was crazy. And I'm sitting up here and said, well, they're not going to have a random match at the pay-per-view. They will all be in the Royal Rumble, from what I'm told. Now, because of all this stuff going on, is there a potentially, does this bring in who? Does this potentially bring back, because we are going to be in Tampa, Florida. You know who's from Tampa, Florida. That's right. The man himself, Big E. Does Big E make his return at the Royal Rumble? Possibility. I'm not putting it past. It's a huge possibility. Now after that, now we got the Judgment Day situation. You got Damian Priest just standing in the back. R-Truth come out of nowhere. I got your money, dog. I got your money. And he told that man, listen, man, look, I appreciate everything you're doing, bro. But listen, I can't have you out there interfering in my match tonight, man. I genuinely can't, bro. Like, I know you mean well, man, but I can't. I got to handle my business. I got to take care of the business, you feel me? And I already knew. I said, this is a singles match. Damian Priest as your one half of the tag team champions. You know the script. I told you, pro wrestling promotions do this idiotic thing over and over and over again. I don't care what promotion it is. It's so retarded. It's stupid. Makes your champions look dumb. But like I said, I'll get there. I'll get to that part. What else transpired? So we had Becky and Nia out there, and backstage you seen Bayley and the squad pull up. So obviously they tried to make that segment pop up out there, trying to let everybody know, hey, I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, and they're gonna win this and they're gonna do this and all that stuff. So putting in your head that anybody can win the Women's Royal Rumble. So you know what? I didn't have a problem with that. That was solid. Then we had a bunch of rematches. We had Chad Gable versus the Viking Man. I said, how many times we gonna say? And I know fools like, oh man, that was the best. I've seen the match 18 billion times. Listen, I don't care how good the match is. It's the same trash over and over. Like I said, wrestling promotions, they get lazy as heck doing the same matches week in and week out. Like, man, come up with something different. Do something else, man. Then you had Bronson Reed running his mouth, talk about he going at the fools and he going at the Jey Uso and all this crap. And I'm like, okay. Then you had Ivy Now. She went against the female Viking girl. She went against her. And then we had the tag team match with the women. We had what you call it? Indy Hartwell and what's my girl name? Start with L. We had them out there. They went against Shayna Baszler and the other chick. They went against them. And they won. I guess they next in line, I guess. So that's when Carter and them pulled up. They pulled out there. And next thing you know, here come the Kabuki Warriors taking them out. I say transitional champions, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't really have an opportunity to drink a cup of water, and now they get ready to get them titles over to Asuka and Kairi Sane. I mean, and Triple H wanted us to get behind them. Like I said, how do we get behind somebody if they're not going to be able to do nothing with it? I mean, it's... And then also, too, it was a 6-man tag team match. It was The Miz, Gargano, and Ciampa versus Judgment Day. And I guess this is basically to let you know that next week the tag team titles on the line. I guess DIY gonna win the title. I guess, I don't know, man. It's, you know, when you do the matchup week in and week out, I can't get behind it. I genuinely can't. I mean, y'all might get behind it because y'all like stuff like that. I mean, I'm dealing with fans who love rematches all day, so I'm like, I can't get behind that. Then we had this. I want to say by far, outside the first segment, this was by far the best segment on the doggone show. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk did their thing. Now, I seen fools. I seen our hardcore AEW shields hating on the segment, talk about this was PG-5. I'm saying, man, listen, I'm tripping that Tony Khan did not allow these two to actually get it on while they were still under the AEW contract. I genuinely don't understand that. Like, you missed out on a milestone. This was the most important thing Cody Rhodes has done by far. I'm not playing with you this whole time. Like, I genuinely really wasn't caring about nothing he was involved in outside of the situation that happened with him and Roman last year. But outside of that, I really never gave a goddamn crap about what Cody Rhodes is doing. The fact that you had the two cats who left AEW, and both of them, based off of everything that transpired with their entire careers, coming full circle. You had CM Punk talking about Dusty Rhodes basically told him to look after him when he was young. He said, look after my kid and all that stuff. And he said when they got together, it was real tight, real cool and all that junk. But he said, I hope after the Royal Rumble, we still friends because I got to finish my story. I know you've been running your mouth talking about you got to finish your story and all this crap, but I got to do so. And guess what? I know you run around here claiming you're the American dream. Well, based off of everything I've done, I feel like I'm more of an American dream. And then Cody's words basically bounced back. Everybody know you for that doggone pipe bomb. Well, guess what? I lived the pipe bomb. And he's right. That fool left, made a name for himself, started a company with the Young Bucks and all them, did everything. And then guess what? He basically was out. He wasn't doing nothing. Came in, tried to join it. Things didn't work out. Now the two of them are back, and the both of them are quote unquote trying to finish their story. I say that was the best thing Cody Rhodes has been a part of for a very long time. I said we finally got some freaking substance with this circus clown. Finally. I've been warning. I'm like, man, when are we gonna get some substance with this circus clown? And it took CM Punk getting in there with the. I mean, man, it was great. I loved it. I said, then this right here makes me really want to see this Royal Rumble play out. Because you got multiple things, multiple clowns could walk out with this thing, multiple. And I say this was great booking by Triple H. I got to give him props on that. So, After that, I want to say we got the main event, which was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. With R-Truth out there running his mouth, talk about, hey, Damian, what's the doggone password to your doggone briefcase? Because I got to put this money in your briefcase and all this crap. And I'm sitting up here saying, I already know this, man. R-Truth finna cost this, man. R-Truth is finna cost this, man. Listen, man, and I know Rhea told that man to go out there and do something, and he got in her face, talk about, you don't want to run around here big-headed since you want to cover WWE 2K24 and all this crap. They're not on the same page. Ladies and gentlemen, that man is getting kicked out the group. The handwriting is on the wall. It's going to happen. R-Truth cost that man. He cost him. And he got pinned looking like a dumb. Drew did the doggone, what was his finish? That kick where he kick you in the face. And the match is over. I say, you guys, it's just, why do you have a title on somebody and they're going to lose week in and week out? I just ask myself that every day. Every day I ask myself, like, how in the world you going to have that foolishness, man? Like, for real. I genuinely ask myself that every day. Like, how are you going to have this foolishness on your wrestling program week in and week out? I genuinely just don't get it, man. I genuinely don't get it. I genuinely don't get it, and it's frustrating. It's like I said, it's a huge pet peeve of mine. You a champion and you getting pinned 24/7. I can't get behind it. I genuinely can't. So that's how Raw went off there, and I say that's how we go off. We go off with Damian Priest looking like a complete joke. A complete joke. I mean, you could have finished the show with Cody and CM Punk. I would have gladly been cool with that. No, we had to have Damian Priest once again look like a straight up bozo. Straight up. I just said, come on, Edge, man. I mean, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. I said, come on, dog. You had, like I said, had a couple of good segments on the show. Like I said, Raw was decent. It wasn't a bad show, but the way how the show went off there, I said, man, I said, man, come on. You can do so much better, dude. Speaking of Raw, let's talk about the news. The news just hit the fan early this morning. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has officially become a part of the board of directors at TKO, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that's right, the WWE superstars must comply to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. When that fool said he is literally trying to be at the head of the table, he wasn't lying, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't lying. I don't know what this means concerning him getting in the ring. I don't know. But that's a huge move. And then right after that, WWE has officially become the first pro wrestling channel, a pro wrestling company, to go to streaming. Monday Night Raw, as of January 2025, will officially be going to Netflix. That's right. It is official. I say, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of AEW heads was laughing and everything. I'm like, this ain't no laughing matter. I'm like, first of all, Tony Khan and the company still ain't got no home yet. We still waiting on that situation. I don't know what y'all laughing at. But I mean, shoot, it's huge. I think this is huge, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you got NXT on the CW, which we don't have. I don't have CW. You got SmackDown on USA Network. Word is the pay-per-views will still be on Peacock, from what I'm told. And then you got Raw going to Netflix, and I got Netflix for free because I got it under my phone service. So, hey, I think this is huge. I genuinely think this is huge, man. I don't know what y'all think about that, but like I said, man, Raw decent, but it's still just a lot of dumb stuff that didn't really need to be on the show. And like I said, that the main event was basically a waste of time. R-Truth old clown behind talking about, hey man, what's the password to your money in the bank? Just dumb, genuinely dumb. I'm like, but that's what they did. They thought this was a compelling episode, and you know what? They was in New Orleans. New Orleans was kind of they was in and out. I ain't got nothing else to say. I done bellyache for a while. I tell y'all how I feel every time I give you raw and authentic, realest of the real. Y'all already know exactly what to do. Hit that doggone comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And I'll talk to y'all cats. If not tomorrow, more than likely Thursday, talking about some doggone AEW Dynamite. This your main man, Casey King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Gone.